Thank you very much for tuning in. We're here with Karelia Melendi.
Yes.
That's right, from Bomoseen, Vermont, Lake Bomoseen,
Yes.
beautiful place. And then we got Pam Green from Green Sugar House, and we are making apple cake?
Yeah, Nani's apple cake.
Nani's apple cake, I like that. Okay, so where do we get started?
Maple.
Probably Vermont apples, right?
Yes.
All right,
We have some Vermont apples here. And what we did is we used this really handy
It is very
cutter,
handy.
because we had to do a lot of apples. And we also used this core because we also wanted some apple rounds to
Nice.
put in there as well. So this
Perfect.
made that really easy.
Good.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put these apples right into this bowl right now so that we can mix them with some granulated maple sugar and some cinnamon.
Perfect, perfect. And what kind of
And-
apples are you using? Cortland's, Max? Kind of late in the season now.
It's a
Collins and umpires.
Empires, that's great. I mean, kind of that rule of thumb when baking with apples, use different ones. Mix
Yeah,
them up
I
a little
mix
bit.
them up.
Yeah, you got the right idea. I think you've done this once or twice.
And this is just gonna set while we're doing the rest, and
All right.
it'll season through.
Sounds good. So do we start with the dry ingredients or the wet ingredients?
We start with the dry ingredients,
All right.
which is 3 cups of regular flours, 1 teaspoon of baking soda,
Baking soda. There you go. And then a little bit of, what's this, salt?
a teaspoon of salt,
Perfect.
and a box of vanilla instant pudding.
Yeah, and some people don't do this, but I tell you, it changes, it makes
Yes,
the cake,
very soft.
yeah, it makes it really soft, really
And then you
gooier.
mix it all
Nice and
together.
moist.
It is a trick that my mother used quite a bit, and I
Yes.
feel that for all the natural cooking in the world that people do, which we always love to some degree, you know, give it a break and put some instant pudding mix
So
in
we
it.
got all the dry ingredients together,
Great.
and then we get to the wet ingredients.
Okay.
And what we do is we put
Beat the eggs.
we beat the eggs.
Beat the eggs. 4 Vermont eggs.
Yes, they are.
And we want everyone to know that this recipe has been adapted to
Really?
use the granulated maple sugar.
sugar.
Wow.
That it used to be all processed white sugar
Yeah.
and a little bit of brown sugar. So this way, with the totally
With-
pure
That's-
granulated maple sugar,
And I think we get that now. I think we look at the food that we're eating more and more, and we're saying, you know, where does that stuff
Yeah,
come
this
from? What
is
does it
the-
does? Like maple sugar is like you cook maple
Yeah.
syrup
This
equals
is
sugar.
the maple
not
sugar.
only that, but it's less calories.
Really?
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
it
I didn't
is.
know that.
It
I
is.
love it.
Yes, it
And they're also not empty calories
No.
either. They're full of,
Jobs,
great minerals.
infrastructure, job creation. It's full of all those things.
Well,
up
you're
there.
keeping us sugar makers busy.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I find more and more people cooking with maple sugar because it's great and it adds a different flavor and a different complexity. White sugar is very plain Jane, and it doesn't really bring anything to dishes. It's just very uniform. It just sweetens dishes. But maple sugar,
Yes,
if you're not
very.
familiar with it, it's worth the extra penny for sure.
Yes.
Oh, and you have one of these nice consumer guides
Yes.
in your package over there, and you want to read all about the maple and the nutritional benefits.
Yes.
That we have here. Maple actually has antioxidants in it, and all
it's-
the minerals are naturally occurring.
Yeah, I mean, it's from maple trees. You know, going to be a little better for you than from factory.
We then put the eggs in,
All right.
and it's 4 eggs,
Okay.
and we mix it up a little bit, and it will get that nice color in it.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely absorbed. And what do you have here?
This is oil,
Okay, little vegetable oil.
vegetable oil.
There you go.
It's a cup and a half
Yep.
of it.
And if you want to mix it up, you know, I do a lot of baking with olive oil. I do a lot of baking with Vermont sunflower oil. You know, that works out pretty well.
Yes, it's gonna take a little bit to mix it together, you know.
That's okay.
But after you done that, it's like it gets all mixed in.
Yeah, you want me to do this while you do the sour cream part? I'm a good
Oh,
mixer.
the sour cream's
Sour
gonna go in there.
goes in there,
All right.
and this goes in here too.
All right.
Now, you
So
can put
mix
the,
it
you
up.
could put the vanilla in now.
Yeah, I can put the vanilla in there. It's like 2
So we're doing 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
All right.
vanilla. Just if you fold it, I think you get better. The oil gets
Yeah.
a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna put the vanilla in it. 1.
The cake is a little involved, but it's really well worth it.
Yeah. if it makes it down multi-generations, it is definitely worth it.
Yes,
And you're right, that folding technique works a little better
Yes,
for it.
it works better. It gets together, but the oil
Yeah.
kind of and then when you mix it with the flour,
Yeah.
it will get, this is kind of my own recipe,
Yeah?
but I've been changing it. So I
That's
win.
all right. All recipes, they need to change, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you get a new oven, you got to change it.
Yeah, I win a prize on it, so.
So it's got to be good. If you win a
Yeah.
prize, it is good.
Karelia won first prize at the Pulteney Maple Festival.
Wow.
And that happens on the Saturday of Vermont Maple Open House weekend.
Right, which if you don't go out for it, you are really missing something. It is just a lot of fun.
So we
Oh,
can
it
put this
really
in.
is. And you get to try some other maple treats. A lot of sugar houses do maple sugar on snow,
A lot
maple
of sugar on
cotton
snow.
candy.
Yep. The maple hot dogs, that's always my favorite.
Oh, yes.
I'm a sucker for hot dogs, boiled in maple syrup.
So it's getting there. Just take a little bit.
Sugar makers are always willing to share their recipes too. So if you go and visit the sugar house, you'll find them ready with recipes to share.
And I think it's fun. You get the kids out, you know, you
Yeah,
Yeah,
bring
it's
your dog.
great.
it's a lot of fun.
All right, now do we,
Now, what we do is, now we put little by little.
okay,
if you
so I'll
want-
hold this one and we'll do a little
Yes,
shake
just
and
a
shake.
little
shake
bit
a little bit
at
at
a
a time. And it's get to be like looks like a pumpkin pie.
Looks like a pumpkin pie? It is starting to look like a
Mixture.
pumpkin pie,
Mix.
but it's so much better than pumpkin pie.
Oh yes, it is. It's a little-
Actually, putting maple in pumpkin pie is wonderful.
No, it's great. You know, we always make the pumpkin pie from scratch. Get a couple pumpkins, roast them off, puree them up.
Yeah,
know,
or
it's-
squash.
Yeah, butternut squash works really
Oh,
good with pumpkin
yeah,
pies.
all different types of squash. Buttercup.
We'll get there.
No, this is good.
Oh, well, then you can use the beater too, right?
Yes, then I'll
All
use
right.
the
Use
beater.
that for a few minutes.
Perfect. That looks incredible.
It's looking good.
No, I mean it's good. It's
It
rustic.
smells really good.
It smells really, really, really good.
You can start to smell the maple. And the granulated maple sugar is really special because you can substitute that
Yeah.
so easily in any of your favorite recipes.
Yeah, and I think more and more, you know, people with families, they think about refined sugar and they're just, you know, trying to get it out of the diet.
It's done.
Nope.
Here, turn it on one more time. All set,
Try that.
perfect.
No?
We'll do the hand fold. It'll be good. I'll do the last little fold. I'm a good whisker.
No, it doesn't want to work.
But we just got our new set. We're still working out the electrical
Okay,
piece.
just
All right.
do her.
All right.
Yeah, that'll work.
And now do we fold any apples into this or do we just
No,
throw
no.
them in?
We're gonna get the pan. We have
Okay.
this pan which is already sprayed, and then what we do is we get this apple. We have to mix this.
Okay, so what we're
Together.
going to do is we're going to mix a cup of nuts,
Okay.
and they're chopped small,
But this
and a
apple's-
half a cup of the granulated maple sugar.
And then we just kind of evenly space the
Yeah.
sliced apples around.
And
Yeah.
this is 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And we're
Alright.
just going to mix this up because we're going to need it shortly.
All right, and then that goes right on top of those apples?
No,
Yeah, not all of it.
no, a little bit gets sprinkled
Okay, I
on.
just get a little bit. I have to use my hands for it.
See, this is why it wins, because this is a complex recipe. It's probably like a 4-page long recipe, and this is why nobody can duplicate it like you. This is why it's very good that you're here.
Yes. Well, I never gave my recipe out. It's the first time.
Yeah, we should feel very special because she doesn't give away these prize-winning recipes.
These are used to be a family recipe. So we put half of the mixture into the pan, and okay.
So I hope everybody's at home taking notes, because this one,
So
you want to
then
do this. You
yeah,
either got to marry into it, or
you fix it up real nice. So
We wrote the recipe all out, so if you call in and you get one of those great
or if you stop by
cookbooks-
Maple Open House weekend, you might be able to get your hands on it.
then you put half of these apples in the middle,
Wow.
and these apples are already sugared and
No, you can
cinnamon.
really smell them. I mean, it's just bright open. So half in the middle.
Yep.
All right. And then a little more of this, another round of this.
Not yet.
Yeah, but not yet. I'm gonna put all these apples in
Holy
here.
mackerel.
Yes, it's a lot of apples.
It's a lot of apples, a lot of maple.
Yes. And then make sure that you go all the way
you
around
gotta have
to
some
cut.
nuts.
Oh yeah, that's
All
the
right.
nuts.
And more on the outside or more kind of in the middle?
You can put more of the nuts.
Okay, hold on. I have to put this.
Better hurry.
Okay, you gotta go straight. You gotta cover them all up.
Okay. I am not the world's best baker.
Yeah. You
I
want me
guess
to
you're
do it?
knowing that. You're like
Yeah.
you're destroying my.
She can do it quick.
All right.
Yeah, I can do it.
You can see she really wants that.
No,
whole
that's
sugar.
all right.
No, I just want to make sure that everything
I'm like all
goes in,
floured up and stuff.
that everything
You're like, what are
goes
you doing to
in.
my cake? This is Nani's cake. This isn't Shawnee's cake.
Oh, her grandchildren, it's their favorite cake, so they named it.
Nice.
They named the cake.
Wow, that looks pretty awesome. Thing weighs like 4 pounds too.
Yeah, I know.
And Karelia does sugaring on a small scale.
Wow.
She has about 40 to 50 buckets.
Yes, I already.
So Green Sugar House gave her the syrup and the sugar so that she could do this cake.
All right. So now we got this. Now do we put apples on top?
Yes, we
All
do. I guess
Do you put the nuts first?
yeah.
Okay, so a round of nuts, round of apples.
No, I just put the apples first,
Okay.
then the nuts. But I usually put them in a way.
She makes a nice design on the top because we don't flip this over. It's not like an
Yeah.
upside down cake. Although you could.
You could, but
And you could also put raisins.
and you can put all kinds of nuts, raisins, and any kind of.
Nice.
So
And
this,
then you bake this for how long?
an hour and a half,
Wow, so a long time. About 300 or 325?
350.
350. Okay. And should we pull the finished product out of the oven, take a look at it?
Sure.
All right. So we got our magic oven.
Yeah.
You have fortunately baked one for us.
You know, during that time, you want to test it with the cake tester like we have here, because it might not take the whole hour and a half.
Might take last.
Right, it may take a little less, so this is really good to keep testing it until it comes out clean.
And that is just a beautiful.
We
Beautiful cake.
I usually decorate it with some
Yeah.
some
Great.
cherries.
Oh, you do a little bit of
Give
that?
you paper.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
And while you decorate, I'm going to cut and eat into this thing because I just can't take it any longer.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Wow, this thing's just super,
There's the leaves.
super gooey.
Here's the paper towel, too.
Oh, I didn't
Need
even.
that.
Wow. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's got that layer of apples in the middle. It's just absolutely incredible. Perfect. And now I get to eat it?
Sure.
All right, I can do that.
Yeah, and we should tell you too that when
Wow.
you take this out of the oven, this needs to cool for about an hour in the pan, and you want to loosen it.
I can see why
with
you don't
a-
give this recipe out, because it could start wars. It is so good.
You want to
Thank you.
loosen it
Wow.
with a spatula like this one all around the edge, and then you take 2 spatulas
put
after
some
about an
leaves
hour
on
when
it.
it's cool and to lift it out of the pan.
That's great. I mean, this cake is great. In the apples in the middle, it's almost like it starts to form like a little apple pudding in the middle. It's pretty awesome. Well, ladies, thank you both for
thank
coming out
you
today,
so
and
much.
thank you for sharing your cake. I think everybody who's DVRing this at home or recording it, they're going to have to rewind it and write every little piece down.
Yes.
And thank you, folks, for tuning in today to VPT Cooks. And, you know, get out for Maple Weekend, get out for Maple Festival, and support your local maple producer. We're going to send it right back to you, George.